Oscar Valdez leaving Manny Robles and hiring Eddy Reynoso, who is obviously Canelo Alvarez's trainer. I think this makes fantastic sense. Oscar Valdez being a Mexican Olympian twice, I believe in 2008 and 2012. That makes sense, right? Yeah, I don't think it's 2016. And Reynoso being the trainer of the biggest Mexican boxer right now makes a lot of sense. And plus, I think Oscar Valdez can use a lot of whatever is happening in that camp. Now, maybe Canelo is just that gifted with his head movement and his waist movement where his defensive acumen and just natural skill cannot be taught. And maybe it's not Eddie teaching him that. But if Oscar Valdez can get a tenth of that head movement from Canelo, his game is improved. That is the one thing that Valdez has been lacking is defense. And that especially showed in the Scott Quigg fight. And also, I know he didn't say anything really bad about Manny Robles in any of this split up or at all, but Manny Robles has had some real difficulty with some of his fighters recently in terms of them taking punishment. Them not being able to defensively deal with fighters. You know, Jesse Magdaleno versus Isaac Dogbe is one of them. Dominic Brazil is one that happens a lot of the time. That just defensively is not there. That offensively, they have the skill that they can fight on the inside, good combination work, but outside of that, there's not much to their game. And Oscar Valdez, a guy that is an Olympian, a guy that has that pedigree, that skill naturally in him, that I think went to a camp that probably wasn't the best for him long term. Similar to Michael Collins. Michael Collins, an Olympic. Did he medal? I don't think he medaled. I could be wrong. He might have won bronze. Olympic standout, I should say. He came over to Manny Robles, and I think he fought to the detriment of his overall skill set, his overall talent, and he left. And I think even though I think we've sort of realized where his overall ceiling is, which has always been my opinion of him, I think he looks better now. I think he looks much more comfortable in there. And again, he's just boxing more. He's not forcing it more. He's not trying to be this offensive, come forward, aggressive puncher, which he just isn't. And Valdez was a guy that for a long time was just that aggressive, come forward, trying to knock you out fighter. And I think at the highest level, he can't do that. That obviously showed with Scott Quigg. So I think moving to another camp makes complete sense for him. And also I've been a fan of Oscar Valdez for a long time. I remember him coming up as a young pro and knowing that he has the skill. And I think maybe a transition to an Eddy Reynoso and Canelo makes a lot of sense. And I think being around greatness like that can only help. Iron sharpens iron.